I've had a passion for writing since I was young, and I have known Jesus since I was young. And I just want to tell my story to help as many people as I can. I've been through a lot, been very humbled, and had a lot of things happen to me where I feel it's very important to help as many people as I can. And people need to realize that Jesus really is real. And I can promise you, after you hear my story, you'll understand why. I had an experience with my first blood granddaughter's birth. My ex and I, he had children in his previous marriage, and I had one before I met him. So my daughter and I have always been as close can get. And I went through a lot with her birth and was there for her as much as I possibly could be. And it was a lot. But when my granddaughter was born, all of a sudden we were driving to Seattle, Washington, trying to beat the helicopter, and we didn't know if she was going to die or what. And we ended up staying at the hospital for quite some time. And we just, all we cared about was being with that baby and helping her. And she had a severe heart defect. And anyway, to make a long story short, the Seattle Children's Hospital was the most humbling experience for both of us. It didn't matter who you were. Everybody was there for um, hope that the children, no matter what it was, they were there for a serious reason. Some were waiting for kidneys, and it was just a lot. And I spent a lot of time in prayer, and I was gifted with the Holy Spirit, and I had to be strong for my daughter as well. And I don't know how I had that strength, but I did. Because my daughter is the most important thing to me in my life. And I was just like, wow, this is real. But the people we met there and the staff was amazing. And all the children, and how we all just like were scared, probably angry. And I'm sorry. But the biggest thing is we all came together. It didn't matter whose name was what. Sometimes you just hugged people in the elevator and gave them hope. And that's when I gave so much prayer and read the prayers at the chapel. And it was very intimate and a very life changing experience. And now, happy to say, the granddaughter is 11. Sorry. But it was like truly the most amazing experience, even though it was a bad situation. It really changed my view with people, with everything. And it's so important to forgive, to not judge, and to just really know the power of prayer is so real. And if it wasn't for the power of prayer, I don't know what we would have done. So that's one example. There's more. I guess so, yeah. And it would be safe to say that. And it's a lot of. I've always been able to like vision things, like I'd be really good at telling people what they're wearing 3 years ago, and as long as I keep that vision, I can always go back years and years, and it's like my memory is huge. I got in a situation very young, naive, and I thought I'd picked the best man in the world because he was so charming and handsome. And made me feel secure and so good. And all the women wanted him. Wherever he was, women were surrounding him. So when he chose me, I thought I was like really lucky. And he was quite older than me, 20 years. So that age gap. And I was like really young. And I was a single mother. And I don't know, somehow we ended up together. There's so much to this. But, and I was raised in a very happy home. And I was also like a huge age gap with the rest of my family members. So I got tossed around a lot between my brothers and my deaf sister. And, um, but I had a great childhood. And the more I found out about this guy was scary because he had such a horrible childhood and his mother used to get so beat up by his father and it would just break my heart. So when he was mean to me, I would just try and fix him and think, okay, well, it's got to be this, it's got to be that. He just kept getting meaner and meaner and more controlling, and my life got pretty sheltered. And then all of a sudden, law enforcement comes knocking out on our door out of the blue, and they reopen this investigation for a murder from 30 years ago before I even knew him. And at that time, I was seriously scared of my life. And everybody always wanted me to leave him. And I don't know, it was like he'd cut me off from finances. I'd have to come back. And he would say the right words and promise he would never do that again. And he'd always ask me, "What do you want?" And I'd just say, "Just be nice, just be nice. That's it. That's it." And now, later on, we've been divorced. I don't know, since it's been a hectic time for me, but I finally got the strength to get away from him. Yes. Well, and the thing is, it's so easy for me to just write down what happened. And even when we would get in heated moments, I would just go write my feelings and pour that out because if I didn't keep my mouth shut, there would be more to the picture. So I would write my feelings. And I have all that still. I've been writing so much for so many years. And it's like going through it now, older, going through it. I'm like, wow, how did I not see this? How did I not see this? And things make so much sense now. But at the time, I honestly didn't even know what a narcissist was, honestly. And, everybody thinks, okay, so why don't you just leave? Why not get away from it, right? Everybody thinks that. Unless you've lived it, experienced it, please don't say that. Most women, it takes them at least 7 times to get away. And, you know, to get brave enough, you want to try and make it work. You don't want to just give up, but all the times you get scared and run off, and when they beg you back, or they're going to commit suicide, or your dog dies, or this and that and that and this, you just end up coming back and trying again. When your finances are cut off and you have no money, you're desperate and come back. There's lots of reasons you go back, but unless you've really experienced it, please don't judge that. What inspires me a lot too is this author I met, Immaculate. Her story is pretty big, and how she, the guy that murdered her whole family in such a horrific situation, and she's got pictures of her hugging him because it's so important to forgive. And I, when you forgive, it's better for you, to release that out. And it makes you a better human being. It's not good to hold all that anger and regret, revenge, and that in you, because what really that's going to do is hurt you. And people don't shouldn't have to learn that the hard way. It's life can be pretty simple if you just uh, don't complicate things. When I finally stopped being scared and let Jesus take over, it's like there's a comfort there. He knows, he sees what you're going through, he knows the truth. And the thing is it's made me a better human being. And I'm talking to you ladies or men. There's people of both kinds that get abused. I'm a reader. I've gone to counseling. I've had lots of support, friends, new friends, and family, and reconnections with people that I have missed out of my life because of my ex. And it's just like, wow, I feel so reborn. You know, I can wear what I want, I can eat what I want, and I don't have to walk on eggshells anymore. And now I have this brand new life. It's amazing. And it's worth it, you know, people. If you're getting someone who is always beating you down and controlling you hugely, and where you're always feeling like, what am I going to do wrong? Get away, because life's short. Even if you live to be 108, life's so short. There, find your happiness, find your passion. We all have a purpose. I have found mine, and I feel great. Even though I am overworked, tired, humbled, I've had to take $2 in quarters into the gas station, and I live in a crappy home right now. Um, I still feel good, and I know Jesus has got this. And I'm just saying, I trust him. Even if I die tomorrow, at least I got to say this, and I hope I help so many people. Because be strong. There is support out there to help you. And get away. Don't wait like I did. I mean, geez, I wasted so many years. And his ex, his first wife, his second wife, I mean, it's the same pattern. They are not going to change. You can't take mean. You can't take a narcissist, a sociopath, a psychopath, and who knows what else. You can't do it. It's not your job. They need to be responsible for their actions and their words. And they are the most meanest people. Right now, I've already done my forgiving. I am so forgiving. I pray for him. I pray for his new girlfriend or fiance, whatever she is. I pray for all the people that have hurt me. And I forgive, you know, I'm over it. I just want to let you people know that hang in there. Just hang in there. Don't worry about it. God's got this, but you got to trust him. You got to love him.